and welcome. My name is Jocelyn and today we are doing a declutter video. I'm going to try and keep this intro short and sweet. There's already a makeup brush declutter up on my channel, and then this is going to be part one of my full collection kind of annual clear out, and then there will be a part two coming up very shortly. Today we're doing everything aside from eyeshadows and lip products. Some sections I'm going to be getting rid of a little bit more, some of them not so much, some of them maybe nothing at all, because I really don't have an outrageous collection in my personal opinion, and there's some areas that I haven't expanded like at all since my last declutter, and I've worked really hard this year to not bring into my life a bunch of stuff that I just don't really want. I've really cut back on my makeup spending, so we're just gonna kind of go through each of the sections aside from lip and eyeshadows today and decide what I want to keep, what I want to get rid of, if anything. I've uploaded many other declutters on my channel, so if you'd like to look back, you are welcome to do so, and I will have more declutters in the future, so if you don't want to miss out on any of them, consider subscribing before you go. And with that being said, let's go ahead and get started. Before we get started, I did want to mention one other thing that I forgot to mention in the intro, and that is that I tend to talk a little bit about most of the products in my collection because I really explain why or why not I'm deciding to keep something. Not everybody likes that. I almost always get at least one comment saying that I talk too much about each product. I enjoy videos like that, and a lot of people enjoy videos like that. But if you don't like a lot of talking during declutter videos, then this might not be the one for you. All right, let's get started. Alright, so starting with foundations, I really don't have that many, and there are, let's see, there's two in here that are brand new to me. Well, not brand new, but these two right here, this e.l.f. Flawless Satin Foundation. This is pretty new to my collection, so I'm definitely going to be holding on to that. This Fenty Beauty Foundation I picked up within the last couple of weeks, so definitely holding on to this. This is also one of my favorite foundations. Another one of my favorites is this CoverGirl Outlast Stay Fabulous. You can see that I am just about finished with this. There is probably another week or so left of wear in here, so I'll have to be decluttering this soon, but it is not empty yet, and I do love it. I will probably repurchase it at some point when I run out of it because I love it that much. This is actually another one of my favorites, but I kind of have a caveat with this. So this is the Ofra Absolute Cover Foundation in the shade 0.5. Now I also have this one over here. These were both sent to me. I think you can tell that there's quite a different undertone. This one is a little more pink, this one's a little bit more yellow, and I really love this one. This is again is in the shade 0.5. This one is in the shade 0.25. This one sits so well on my skin, and it is just, it's really beautiful. It's a full coverage foundation made with silk peptides. It's really weird. I love this. I don't love this. I don't know what the difference is. Maybe it's just the shade makes it look weird on my skin. Maybe there is a slight difference in formula. I can't be sure. This is one of my favorites, but this one just didn't quite work for me. Maybe it's just the undertone that made it look weird on my skin, but I am going to keep this one. It's almost empty anyways, so that one will probably be decluttered by the end of the season. And then this one I think I'm going to pass on to somebody else in my life. It was sent to me, so it's not going to be listed anywhere. Oh, that's something else I forgot to mention. If there's anything that I declutter that was purchased with my own money and in good quality still, I will probably be listing it on my Poshmark, which is listed down below. So that is not one of them though, because that was sent to me for free. This Cover FX Power Play Foundation is almost empty. It's probably got maybe 1-2 more uses out of it. I do really like this, but it is a very kind of heavy full coverage foundation. I have mine in the shade N20. I can't quite wear this yet because it's still a little too pale for me, but by the end of the season, the winter season, this will definitely be gone, but I still have like another use out of it. Both of these two foundations are in my summer shades. This one's actually pretty close to being empty. This is the Tarte Rainforest of the Sea Water Foundation. Really love this stuff. And then this is another Tarte product. This is the Tarte Empowered Hybrid Gel Foundation in Light Neutral. This is also in my summer shade. This I don't think is available anymore. I think that they replaced it with the Tarte, what is it called? Another Tarte foundation that they released in the last couple of years, but those are all gonna stay. I really don't have that many foundations to begin with, and a lot of these, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 3.5 are pretty empty. Whoop. These 3 right here are the only ones that still have a lot of product left in them. These ones are probably gonna be done at least by the end of the year. By the end of the year, these 4 will probably be used up, and I'll still have these 3. All right, moving into concealers, I only have the 5 right here. A 5 is a little bit more than I'm used to having. I recently picked up, let's see, these 3. The Smashbox one, the ColourPop Pretty Fresh, and the Kaja concealer. The Kaja one is one of my favorites. That's why I picked it up recently, so that one is staying. I haven't tried the ColourPop Pretty Fresh one yet, so that is also staying. The Smashbox Studio Skin Flawless 24-Hour Concealer. This isn't my favorite concealer, but I did pick it up recently. I have found a way to use it a little bit better than it was working for me. I found that I don't like this so much under my eyes, but as a spot concealer, it works better, and it does have a pretty good coverage to it, so I'm gonna keep using it for a little while longer. And the Bare Minerals concealer is actually almost empty. I've used quite a bit of this up. I think this is more in my summer shade though. Yeah, this is definitely more of my summer shade, so I won't be able to use this up until I get a little bit more of a tan. And this RMS Beauty one is also in my summer shade. I have used this quite a bit. I like this for more natural coverage days, so I'm gonna keep this one too. So I have 2 in my summer shade, and then I have these 3 in my winter shade. Before winter, I didn't have any concealers that were in my more winter shade, so now I have 3 of them, which is kind of a lot, but I don't think 5 is an outrageous amount, so I'm okay keeping all of them. All right, next we have primers, and well, we have mostly primers and then 1 BB cream. So let's go ahead and get started. This is the first one that I'm going to be decluttering. This is the Too Faced Hangover RX primer. This is extremely old in my collection. I used to really love it, but it's kind of fallen out of love with me within the last year or so, and I stopped using it, and then now I think it's definitely expired. This has a 6 months shelf life, and I'm pretty sure I've had this for like 2.5-ish years, so this can go. The next one I'm going to get rid of is this Benefit The Professional Pearl Primer. I got this as a sample so long ago, and I used it a couple of times, didn't really love it, so I think that it's time for this one to go. This e.l.f. primer, the Poreless Putty Primer, is new to my collection. I have tried it a few times, and as you can see, there's a little bit of a dent in there, and so far I've really been liking it, so I'm definitely going to hold on to this. Another one of my favorites is this Smashbox, the original Photo Finish Smooth and Blur Primer. I really like this, so I'm going to hold on to this one. And then also this Hourglass Primer. This is just one of their little sizes. This is pretty close to being finished up. I do like this, so I'm going to hold on to this. And then this CoverGirl Clean Matte BB Cream for oily skin. I think I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this. I tried it a few times and didn't really love it. And it's just, I didn't love it, so I'm gonna get rid of it. Wow, look at that. So I'm getting rid of 3 of these, and I am keeping 3. That feels pretty cool. Oh no, I just found this one hiding in an unusual spot. This is the Pretty Filter Glassy Skin Balm by Touch in Soul. This is what the inside looks like. I tried this a handful of times and just didn't really like it, so I'm gonna go ahead and pass this on to somebody else. Okay, these are the only 2 powders I have in my collection. I have the Hourglass Translucent Setting Powder, and I have the Fenty Beauty Pro Filter Mini Instant Retouch Setting Powder in the shade Butter. I like both of these, so these both are going to stay. Next, we have setting sprays. So this, all of these are gonna stay. The first one is the MAC Prep and Prime Fix Plus. There's only a tiny bit left in here. I can barely even show you, but I'm just about out of this, which is great. I only use this to amplify shimmer eyeshadows. So once this is finished up, which I mean, look at that, it basically is. Obviously it will be gone and I will not be repurchasing. I have one setting spray by Urban Decay. This is their all-nighter deluxe size. There's not, well, there might be like a third of this left. This is just one of their deluxes, so I'm gonna keep that because I enjoy using that. I also recently got this In Beauty in a boxy charm for December. I haven't tried it yet. It's still got all the packaging on it, but I only have really these 2 setting sprays, so I'm gonna go ahead and hold on to this and give it a try. I'd like to look up more information about this brand and this product specifically to see how it works on the skin and if the ingredients are good ingredients. According to all of the packaging, it is like a clean product, but packaging can be deceiving, so we'll see. I'm technically keeping all 3 of these, but this is just about used up. All right, so I think this is all of my highlighters. I have some in here that are more for summertime because they have a little bit of a darker undertone, like this Kaja Mochi Glow highlighter. I really, really like this one. You can see there is a dip in here. I use my finger to swirl around in there and then tap it on my cheeks. Really like this. Same with this ColourPop Super Shock Shadow in the shade On the Cusp. This is a little bit darker, but I have hit pan on that, as you can see, which is very exciting. This is a little bit more wabam than the Kaja one, but they are a little similar. Next, I have this IBY Radiant Glow highlighter in the shade Prosecco, I think. Yeah, Prosecco. This is another one that is a little too dark for me in the winter and spring months, but come summer and fall, I can use it. The two, well, I guess I have a few new ones. One of the new ones in my collection this year is this Fenty Beauty highlighter. This is one of my favorite highlighters. I love this so much. I love that it has this duo side, one that is a little stronger of a highlight and then a little more subdued highlight. This is in the shade Lightning Dust and Fire Crystal. This is one of her Kilowatt highlighters. Definitely keeping this. The other new one in my collection is this Natasha Denona Super Glow highlighter. This is another one that I got a lot of use out of this year. It is a beautiful glowy highlight. If you like glowy highlights, this is a really good option for you, and they have a few different shades, which is great. For a little more subdued highlight, I really love my Kevyn Aucoin Sahara Golden Rose Glow highlighter. This is one of their ombre highlighters, as you can see. I've used this quite a bit. I like using this when I want something that's a little less aggressive on the face. I like that it has this ivory, a rosy, and then a bronzy tone in here. Really beautiful product. There's only one in here that I think I'm going to be getting rid of, and it's this brand new one by Ciate. This is their Confetti highlighter in the shade Warm Glow. It is a really beautiful product. I just don't think that I will ever use it. I got this recently in my December BoxyCharm, and I don't really use products like this. So let me just show you real fast what it looks like. This is what the inside looks like. It looks beautiful. It's a bronzy highlighter, as you can see right here, and I just don't use products like this. So I am going to be getting rid of this and not keeping it in my collection. And then I think the rest of these products I'm also going to keep. I have these two Ofra highlighters. I really, really love them. They are also a very strong highlight. I have one in the shade Pillow Talk, this pink one, and then I have Glazed Donut, which is an ivory one. Both of these are beautiful, strong highlights. This Too Faced one is kind of a tried and true in my collection. A really, really great product. I actually have quite a dip in here, as you can see in the middle. This is just I've been using this one a lot. I don't know why I'm swatching this one and not any of the other ones, but it's just a really nice, I almost want to say medium highlighter. It's not way too strong, but it's also not super subdued. It's a really nice in the middle highlighter. And then I decided to add this one into this section. Usually I include this in my base palettes, but these are all highlighters, so I wanted to include it in the highlighter section. This is a Flower Beauty product, and it has these 3 shades in it. This one I use quite a bit. Ooh, you know what? I didn't think I was going to get rid of this, but I don't think I reached for this at all last year, and I feel like I have some products that I'm keeping from over here that I will just reach for more than I'll reach for this. I think I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of this, which is a bit shocking. This is a great product. I love it, but I never use this. I rarely use this. I use this one a lot, and I don't like how bulky it is. I wish that this section wasn't here. The formula of these is great. I don't think that I need to keep it. All right, wow. So I am keeping most of them. I'm keeping 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and getting rid of 2. So whatever, that feels good. I got rid of one more thing than I was expecting to. All right, moving on to bronzers. I have 2 right now. I have this Marc Jacobs bronzer and this Ulta Beauty bronzer that I've never used. I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of this Ulta Beauty one. I just don't think that I will ever use it, especially when I have this bad boy right here who I love. So we got rid of one, we're keeping one, and now I only have one. All right, moving on to blushes. Let me start pulling out the ones that I definitely want to keep. First of all is this new one, newish one, this ColourPop Beauty and the Beast Enchanted Mirror Disney collaboration thing, beautiful blush. Love it so much. Also this Jouer blush bouquet in the shades Adore Me and Hold Me. Really, really like this. Use this one a little bit more than this one, but I kind of just swirl them together. Really beautiful product and really beautiful packaging. Ooh, this one right here, this Ciate London blush in the shade Into G cheap. I really like this. It's nothing like anything else that I have in my collection because it's very purple, cool toned, mixed with this kind of champagne highlight. Very interesting color, but I really, really like it, and I'm holding on to this. Ooh, of course, this Hourglass blush. This is in Mood Exposure. This is one of their ambient lighting blushes. I really, really love this. Keeping this. Another one that I really, really like is this MAC blush in the shade Warm Soul. This is one of the few MAC products that I still have left in my life. It is a really, really beautiful shimmering blush. I don't even know if they sell this anymore because I haven't purchased from MAC in so long. Keeping this. Probably need to start panning this at some point. Let's see. I have these 4 products left. What is this? Ooh, this is the shade Party. This is a Tarte blush. I have major pan in this. This is another really easy to use, really easy to pair with most looks kind of product. Really like this. I'll probably end up using this up with either this next year or maybe the year after that. Ooh, okay, I am keeping this. This is the NARS blush in the shade Golu. I have no idea. Really nice, deep raspberry blush color. Really like this. This is a big disappointment. This is a Becca blush that I had on my radar for a very, very long time, and then I saw it show up in TJ Maxx, so I picked it up, and it was really disappointing. It just didn't perform on the cheeks like I wanted it to. The color just wasn't good. This is in the shade Wild Honey, so I am going to go ahead and get rid of that. And then last, I have this Bare Minerals blush in the shade Golden Gate. I held on to this for a really long time because I like the color, but I've just found with these loose powder blushes, they're kind of hard to get onto the cheek. They just kind of turn out splotchy a lot of the times, no matter how I apply them. I just have to be very, very careful, and honestly, I just don't got time for that, especially when I have a lot of blushes over here and in palettes that just work really well and are easy to use and kind of give this same color payoff. So I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of this one also. So that's 2 we're getting rid of, and all of these we're keeping. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8-ish if you count both pans in this, which I think this is a pretty manageable little blush collection, I feel. All right, moving on to face palettes. These are all palettes that have a couple different types of items, so blushes and highlights, or blushes, bronzers, and highlights, that kind of thing. Well, I guess this one's actually an all highlight palette, but I'm gonna go ahead and count it as a face palette because of how large it is. This is the Becca Jaclyn Hill highlighter. Oh, I guess no, it has blushes and highlights. Perfect. Definitely holding on to this. This is still trooping right along, and I really like it. Oh, another product that I really, really like. This is a Tarte Double Duty Beauty palette. This has 2 different products in it. It has a bronzer, kind of actually more of a contour shade, and a highlight. I really like to travel with this because it's got both those shades in it, and both of them work for me really well. I love this kind of tone for my bronzer contour shades. This is very similar to the Marc Jacobs Tantastic that I kept earlier, and this highlight's also a very nice subtle highlight, so we're gonna keep this. Ooh, definitely not getting rid of this anytime soon. This is my one Hourglass palette. It's got a bronzer, a shimmery bronzer, which is not, I don't really use that very often. And then these 2 blushes and the kind of all over face shimmer product. I love this packaging so, so much. This is one of their holiday lighting edits from a couple to a few years ago. Really love this. Definitely holding on to this. This is another one of my products in my collection that I really love. This is a Tarte blush palette thing. It's also got 2 highlighters in here. I freaking love this. This is another holiday special item like the Hourglass one. This is from a couple of years ago. The formula of these blushes and highlights is very, very good. So this is staying for sure. This right here is a newer product in my collection. I got this out of a BoxyCharm when I signed up. Let me go ahead and open it for you real fast, but I am going to say off the bat, I am not going to be keeping this. This is what the inside looks like. I don't think that I would use these 2 shades. This is a little bit too dark for me. This is a bronzer with shimmer in it. This is a shimmering blush, I guess. I like the packaging. It feels very, very solid and very, very nice, but I just don't think that I would get use out of it, so I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of it. And then I am gonna go ahead and keep this NARS Stephen Klein palette. I bought this a long time ago, and I do have some pan in here, which is great. I would like to get a lot more pan in here before I declutter it. It is getting a little bit older in my collection, but I have a goal to really do some damage on these blushes down here, but they are very hard pressed, so I think it's going to be a challenge to get any pan on these, but I'm hoping to do so still. So we'll see, but I'm gonna hold on to this for now. So I am only keeping, well, I don't want to say only, but I'm keeping 5 items and getting rid of the one new thing that came into my life. None of these were brought into my life this year. All of these are older, so that does feel good that I didn't bring anything new into my life. All of these are from years previous. All right, so I could have moved all of this stuff back up onto my desk, but for part 1, this is everything that I am keeping. Really, this doesn't look like a whole heck of a lot of stuff. And then this little section of product right here is everything I am getting rid of. I feel like that's still pretty good. There's a lot of things that, well, I don't want to say a lot of things. There's a handful of things in here that I wasn't expecting really to get rid of, and I am moving forward with getting rid of. So that feels pretty good. All right, and that concludes part 1 of my full collection declutter, clear out, sort of. If you don't want to miss part 2, which includes all things eyeshadow and lip, ooh, you know, actually, I think I'm going to split this into 3 parts. All of these ones, and then I think I want to split eyeshadows and lipsticks into 2 different videos because both of those sections can tend to take a little bit longer. So I think I'm gonna do that. I think I'm gonna do lips and then or one of the 2 will be next, and then whatever one I didn't do next will be after that, obviously. So there's 2 more videos actually to look forward to. So if you don't want to miss those, definitely consider subscribing and hitting that notification bell if you liked this video. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up. And I think that's everything I have for you. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.